Hello, this is Christos, the quit smoking expert, and in this video I would like to explain to you why our mind, when we want to do something new in our life, when we want to change our life, somehow it holds us back. And I want to explain to you why this is happening and how we can prevent this so we do change our life and achieve what we really want. All right, when we want to change our life, when we decide to do something new in our life, our mind tends to hold us back. Our mind tends to keep us do what is familiar to us. And the reason behind it is because our mind doesn't think the way we think. Our mind actually, it is a computer, and its job is to do efficiently what the program says. Our mind not really thinking, but is more of acting on the beliefs and the programs that are inside. So one of the program of the mind is to help us by doing minimum of work. In other words, our mind do all these processes, all these actions day after day with minimum amount of energy. And one of the rules that the mind obeys is not to spend energy. All right? But when we want to do a big change in our life, for example, when we want to become permanent non-smokers, and we do smoke every day, and this is our life more or less for many years, some years, our life, since it has to do many different reprogramming and changing for this this new thing to take in our life in new direction. Our mind doesn't want to do all this hard work because the programming say don't waste energy, right? Do efficiently your work. Another reason that our mind doesn't help us to achieve what we want and it somehow sabotages us is because the mind is not a program. The mind is a computer, and the programs that are inside, and they appear like thoughts, they tend to keep us do what is familiar. Now, it is strange because you may think, why my mind doesn't help me to do this positive change? As I know, by becoming, let's say, a non-smoker, I will be more healthy, I will be more in control of my life, I will not be depending on cigarettes. Why my mind doesn't allow me to do this change? And the reason is simple. Your mind tries to protect you. And as long as cigarette means security, cigarette is associated with relaxation, cigarette is a cope mechanism to release your stress, anxiety, sadness, and whatever is this. Since smoking is associated with pleasure when you have a drink, or when you're socializing, or when you're finishing a meal, all these programs are there. So when you start thinking about the change, you have so many false reasoning why not to change. All right? Now, I will tell you my example. When I was young, and I was for 10 years in New York, and at the beginning, my parents was supporting me. They were paying my school, they were paying my food, my rent, in order for me to do my studies there. And when I did realize that I had to change something because I didn't want for the rest of my life to be independent from my parents. I wanted to be able to take life on my own hands. I knew that later on, when I will grow and become a man, I will not be able to generate my own income the easy way. I will not be able to make my own company. I will not be able to do things in my life because I didn't have a chance now when I'm young to practice and learn and become this man, become this independent person. So what I did, I make a final decision, but here is the method, here is the trick, here is what you can do in order to overcome this mind sabotaging you to achieve your goal. Do not let time for your mind to think. When you want to do something, go and do whatever is needs to be done in order for you not to have a way to go back. In other words, go all in. And this is a big foundation, is the beginning of the foundation of my quit smoking program that works. Everything starts from the person investing immediately in the program. So we don't allow the mind to have all these sabotaging, all these rationales, because when people, they do not invest at that moment in the program, they tend the next day, when they are thinking about it, even if during the free clarity call, they understand that the program, it does work, they understand all the steps, they did agree that it's brilliant and the format of it and the knowledge behind it, it's everything at the right moment, at the right place for them. But when they do not proceed immediately with the investment in order to become permanent non-smokers, not smokers for life, the next day the mind starts sabotaging them, start bombarding them with thoughts like, is it gonna work for sure? Start thinking about the cost of it, and so many other thoughts why not to make this change in their life, why to do what they used to do, why to stay familiar, how it will be my life without a cigarette in the morning, how it will be my life without a cigarette with my coffee after lunch, how is it gonna be possible, I will not manage, it will be difficult. Because the mind has programs, and the programs is there to work. So as long as we allow the mind to start making these processes, it's gonna bombard us with all these thoughts, with all these false beliefs. So what we can do is, the only way is not to allow the mind to do this. And the only way we can do it is by do something at the moment, so there is no way back. So when I was a student, what I did at that time, I did contact my parents and I said to them that I do not want your help anymore. I want to grow. I want to become an adult. So please do not help me, do not support me for a period of time until I manage and I become who I want to be. I hung up the phone, I changed my telephone numbers, I changed my location so they could not find me. I changed my bank account and everything. And then I was on my own. I had to do what I need to do in order to find the solution. And I did it. And I managed it. And as I remember from my life, when I was always wanted to have something, and I find reasons and excuses why not to have it, why not to invest in this, at the end, I realized that the money that I was planning to invest on something, and my mind later on sabotaged me and I did not invest them, this money, I never had them. I always invest them, spend them in something else. So the only thing that happened is that I did not have what I wanted, but at the same time I didn't have the money as well, because the money is being wasted on some other things. But later on, when I changed my mind and I know how to control my mind, I know how not to leave space and time for my mind to start thinking all these excuses and reasonings why not to do the move. When I change my mind and when I want something, I go immediately and do action. I invest, I take it, I don't allow my mind to think about it. I realize that I tend to do better in life. I invest money for something, but by enjoying what I have now, what I invest for, it gives me this emotional and this pleasure. So I tend to do better when I do work. I tend to do better when I do business. So I didn't lose money by investing the right moment in something, but I earned from it. So the only way in order for you to achieve what you want is not to allow your mind to think and sabotage you. When you want to do something in your life, go invest right that moment to it. Don't allow yourself to sabotage you the next day. And believe me, you after couple months, couple weeks, couple years, whatever, you're gonna remember back and you're gonna say to yourself, that was the best thing I did. Making the right choice and proceed with it. Because if you do not do so, you don't gonna change. You're gonna be the same person. Weeks is gonna pass. For example, a smoker, when they do not follow the quit smoking program that works, the next day they do sabotage themselves, why not to proceed? And after a few days, life gets in the way. We even forgot that we had this opportunity, that we could really become a permanent no-smokers. And what happened? We forget about it. We tend to do what we used to do. We continue smoking. We continue to smoking, let's say, a pack a day like we used to smoke. We spend this enormous amount of money every week, every month on cigarettes. Weeks, months pass. We already pay so much money. Every year we pay thousands of money on our smoking habit. And days and months and years passing, and we are where we used to be because we did not invest at the first moment to make the change in our life, to do something that we cannot go back. I wish you all the best. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain to you, and I hope you take the decision when you want something in your life, go and do it now. Do not think about it. Do not allow yourself to sabotage you. It will be for your own benefit. It will be for you the best way in order to achieve what you really want. Go all in. Don't give chance to your mind to think about it and sabotage you. I wish you all the best. This is Christos Figuris, the quit smoking expert. I'm gonna come with more videos to enlighten you about how to change your life the easy way and permanently. Bye bye for now.